I'm in Prague, collaborating with and learning from Dr. Smenek, founder of spiral stabilization, which is a natural approach to scoliosis management. And he actually made this spine. And what he's done is he's put the muscles, or a representation of the muscles on, so you can see what's tight and what's not tight. Now, with an S-shaped scoliosis, you're going to have usually the upper part of the spine off to the right here and the lower part of the spine off to the left. And you can kind of see that if this part of the spine is off to the left, you're going to have tightness down here in these big kind of blue-green muscles here. These are representing the psoas. So if you're going to have surgery to correct your spine and you don't release these things off, when you stand up, because they go to your hips, they're going to cause a pulling onto that lower back and really jam up the movable segments that they'll leave here at the bottom. And usually what they do is they will put rods down from here to about here, leave a couple of mobile segments here and some mobile segments at the top. But these ones will wear out really quickly if you haven't taken care of that muscle tightness that was happening through these, or the shortening that was happening. So when you straightened up through surgery and when you stand up, these things will pull on your spine. So it's crucial to do some really deep hip flexor stretches, which I'll show you, to work on these muscles. Okay, this is the stretch for the psoas. Here it is here, this green band. And what we want to do is take the femur here, which is this bone here, backwards and stretch it. And you can see, even on this model, that tightens up that band. But what we don't want happening is the pelvis going into an anterior tilt and then moving into this position. What we want to do is try and keep the pelvis relatively still and just let the leg do the stretching. Because what happens if the pelvis goes into a tilt here, you can actually pull the spine down and shorten it. So that's no good. All right, get something for your knee to be on to stop your knee from being sore. And what you're going to do is you can stabilize yourself left and right with a couple of chairs if you want. You're going to take your rib cage down and tuck your pelvis just a little bit, get this glute working. And as that glute works, I want you just to push your hips forward. You should start to feel a stretch in here. Hold that for 3 to 5 seconds and then come back. Try and relax completely when you come back and then go into that stretch again. Remember, just get a little bit of tension into your glute here and keep your rib cage down, okay? So once you're in this position, when we walk, the pelvis actually rotates a little bit. So let's do this. You're going to pull these ribs down, get nice and strong through here, support if you need it, and then you're going to try and take this knee towards a wall or something in front of you, which actually rotates your pelvis a little bit. Keep this in place, keep your back leg in place and don't move it. So you're going forward, rotate, get a little bit of rotation into your pelvis here, and then come back. And again, go forward, rotate, and really feel that stretch through these hip flexors. Now, if we were to take a line, excuse me a sec, from my kind of shoulder or ear down, I will want that line to be in front of my knee. If my hip is really tight, that line is going to be behind. If my hip is really flexible, let's get even a little more angle here. If my hip is really flexible, you'll see that my knee is way past that line, okay? And that's what you want, extension in your hips. So go on and give that one a go.